So far we have looked at various security issues, from SQL injection to authentication bypass, client-side validation bypass, how we were able to receive a callback connection, like at least perform a kind of server-side request forgery attack. So we kind of looked at a lot of security issues. Now we will continue our hunt for more security issues, because this is a very big application, and we will obviously find a lot of security issues, because it's a deliberately create a web application which has a lot of security issues itself. So let me just look at this particular function. It says that this juice shop artwork has only one item left. So what if we can order more items? This is more of a business logic issue. Let's see. I will just add one to basket. I will go to the basket. Okay, I am not logged in currently, so let me just quickly go and I guess refresh this up. Let me log out first. Login. Harsh@harsh.com, password is harsh. This. I don't want to use my superpowers of SQL injection over here, but let's use that. Now, since we logged in, let's quickly add one item to basket. Added. I'm not seeing the product in basket, although. Okay, there we go. So this, if you see, I cannot add multiple products because it will see that we are out of scope. Sorry for the inconvenience. So what I will do is I will just quickly delete all these items. I don't want to have a look at them right now. I don't want egg fruit juice. I don't want orange juice. Looks like I removed something else. Let me quickly clear the card. The card is empty. Now let me go back to the juice shop. Quickly, let me add this juice shop artwork. Add it. Go to the basket. Now, if you see that I have only one item added, if I add two items over here, it will say that sorry, we are out of stroke and sorry for the inconvenience. So what I will do next is I will go turn on my work proxy, make sure that the proxy is on. I will click on checkout. Okay, there I have to add an address actually. Let me first quickly add an address which is already there. Let's quickly select an address again, intercept on, click on continue. So this is the address too. I will just quickly send this to the repeater because this seems interesting for me. I will then check for one-way delivery option, click on continue. Then again, there are deliveries, I guess 1, 2, 3, there are multiple options. Wallets, there I can see the wallet. There are some card numbers already there. I will just quickly select any card and click on continue. Addresses are here, basket is there, then the cards. This is again looks interesting point for IDORs. Is quickly users, who am I? Okay, so this is something which is like my final cart looks like. I will now just click on this place your order and pay. So there is coupon data in base64 encoded. So I will just quickly go send this to decoder. Decode as base64 and there is no coupon data, so it's just showing me null. This is the payment ID, this is the address ID, and the delivery method. Again, we'll keep this to the repeater for later use. And this is where I can go and track the orders. As you can see that this is how this, on a successful completion of the payment, you will see something like this. Now let's just get back to those things and let's just use Bob for a while. As you can see, remember that for admin, I just had only one address. So what if I change this address ID from 2 to 1? malicious activity detected, and it just said that, hey, you cannot access it at all. Now let me just go and say with address 3, again some malicious activity detected. Let's say for address 4, again some malicious activity detected, and it is not allowing me actually to look at the different addresses existing in the system. Looks okay. Let me see if I can get a card. I can see the card information, complete card information. Let me change the card ID and see. Again, malicious activity. Let me again change it to 3 and see if, okay, this is again an admin card, so I can access it. Again, malicious activity, so that's okay. This basket 1 is the current order confirmation code. Let me quickly check the another one, and this is where I can go and track the order, right? So most of the APIs are working, looking like they are working fine. Next thing that I will do over here is go back. Over here, there is this print order confirmation page, which basically generates your simple bill. Let me go and copy this particular thing and paste it as an unauthenticated user. And as you can see that an unauthenticated user can also access the order and can also print the same. So this should not be actually available or accessible to an unauthenticated user. As you can see that an unauthenticated user can also access the files from this FTP server's perspective as well. Let me quickly open it again. As you can see over here that I can access it, right? So now we will again go back to the juice shop. Now this time this product is sold out. So let me just quickly go and intercept the proxy, and only 3 left. So just click on add to basket. So this is the product ID, basket ID, and the quantity. What I will do is I will say quantity as 5. I will send this to repeater for the later use, and then we'll just simply go and let's see what it does. We are out of stock. Sorry for the inconvenience. So what if I add some negative quantity to the cart? What happens? Let's see. And we are successfully able to add some negative quantity products on the cart. So in financial application or e-commerce application, what happens is that if you're able to add some negative amount items in the cart, you can also gain some price back in your cart. So right now there are like around 15,000 some currency. Let's click on checkout, select an address, select any delivery speed, and then click on this, right? Pay minus 14, and right now my wallet balance is 28. Let's see if my wallet balance goes up. This is the total price, and thank you for the purchase. And if you see that we have successfully solved a challenge, payback time, place an order that makes you rich. Okay, so what I will do next is I will go back to accounts, my payment options, or I will go back to account and then say digital wallet. And if you see that we have now some more amount rather than something which was not there. Let's add some more amount to our this wallet. There are multiple ways to do so. I will again capture the request using verb suite to see how things are handled. So what I will do is I will add a balance of 10,000 instead of 1,000, and it's a success. And if you see now the amount is even bigger, right? Now let's see if you see that it do not allow more than 1,000, but we added 10,000. So what we will do next is we will just send 10. Again, select any method, any card method, click on continue. And now what we are going to do is we are going to add a very big amount. So this should not be in the card. And if this is processed successful, it means that they are not having any kind of validation. And if you see that 1 plus 1 e plus 59, this amount, if somebody gets in their account, they will be very lucky, right? So this clearly tells us that there is no validation and we can add infinite number of amount in our wallet. Okay, so let's move again back to this juice shop. Now what we will do is we'll click on any product, and as you see that there is only one review. What I will do is I will just click on this like icon and see what happens. And this is like, okay, I can like this only one time, but what if I can actually bypass this business logic? So let me just quickly open this another product and let's write some review for it. imgsr equals to x, on load equals to, or let's say on click equals to alert 1. Simply submit it up. It is not rendering. That's okay. So you can see the like button over here. Just click on intercept, click this like button up. This is ID. Let's see if this can be decoded into base 64 or something. Let's send it to decoder. Decode as base 64, but no use. Send it to the repeater and not allowed. Seems like there might be a race condition issue, but not at the moment. We cannot exploit it one by one, but we can surely check this issue for the race condition if we can do something. If you will see that if I will hover, I can edit the review. So let me just again enter some gibberish value, and if you see there are maximum limit of 160 character. Let's see what happens if I provide characters more than 160. The change has been saved. Message, let me just copy it and repaste it like 1,000 times and send this to the repeater for the later use, and let's see what happens. And if you see that I am able to bypass the restriction and I am able to like inject a lot of characters instead of just 160. So this is again a more of a like limitation bypass. Some pen test companies or report this issue, or sometimes we report this. Okay, this is some recycling box request. There you can recycle something, I guess. Click on the address, intercept on, click on submit. So this is again user ID, address ID, and quantity. So what I can do is I can okay, so is pickup false, user ID 1. So basically what this is doing is we will deliver your recycle box ASAP. What I will do is now I will change the user ID to 2, and as you can see that now I can order a recycle box for somebody else. Similarly, if I change address ID to let's say 4, it's again like doing a successful, resulting into success. Now from the UI we cannot see any option called is pickup false or is pickup true. So what I will simply do is I will go over here, I will add another field called is pickup, and let's say what happens if I say is pickup true. Is it reflected or not? So as you can see that is pickup is also reflected. So this parameter is again vulnerable to this parameter pollution attack, where I can pick up anything from the response and I can put it on the request, and I can further get some interesting things out of from there. Also we can see that there is API recycles 14. Let's see if there is something if we can get it. So I will simply add 14 in front of it. And as you can see that I can also crawl this particular API and see what requests are made. So let me see if my number 12 request was made successful. Yeah, it was successful. I can see all the requests. So this is an IDOR issue, because I should not be able to list out or look at all those things. I can see for any user, I guess, let's say 5. I can see for any user. You can see that user ID something different, pickup was true. So this is an IDOR issue that I am able to look at the other users recycle request as well. Now let's again look at the different functionalities of this application. And this is something that we looked at. Track order is something we looked at. Let's now start looking at the privacy and security. We will first check for the last login IP. Your IP address is 0000. Looks like a static page and nothing interesting as of now, so I will leave it. Then there is something called 2FA configuration. Let me just quickly see. Okay, so this allows you to secure the account with two-factor authentication. Scan the QR code into the authenticator app supporting the OTP to get started. So we will need to scan this with some authentication app like Authy or something and provide the initial token and your current password. So what I will do is I will show you that how we can bypass the two-factor authentication in various ways. You can go to this Learn 365 GitHub repo. This is available on my GitHub account. There is some mind map for two-factor authentication bypass technique. And if you will see, this mind map has a lot of bypass techniques which you can basically try doing on this particular application or any application which you encounter during your pen test or bug bounty journey. So what I will do next is just let me quickly remove this screen a bit here. Okay, so let's look at other things. Change password. I don't know the current password of this admin user, so let it be for a while. Let's just give any random password test1 and test1. What I will check for is if there is any client-side verification bypass for the current password field. So what I will do simply is to remove this current field, and if you see that they are sending the password into the change password into the URL parameter. So this is something a bad practice, that you should not send such information in the URL parameter, and this can also be a security issue that the sensitive information is being sent into the URL parameter over port 8080, which is not encrypted by default. So let's see if I can change the password. And it seems like we are successfully able to change the password. Your password was changed successfully. So this means that there is no server-side validation on the current password field. As a result, I was able to give any current password, remove it from the original request, and just send the new password and repeat password field. And I was successfully able to change the password of this particular user admin. Now to verify this, I will simply log out, go to account and click on login. admin@jush-sh.op, and the password was, I guess, let me quickly verify, it was test1. So just to show you, and if you can see that I am successfully able to log in. So what if I use this URL to change password for any user? So let's go to a new account, click on login, click on not yet a customer, just enable proxy for it as well. Type any email like h@h.com, password like Harsh and Harsh. Now what else I am doing over here is just capturing this request and changing the email to some XSS payload. Let's see if actually they are validating it or not. Let's say load equals to alert 1, and this to repeater again. Always send the interesting request to the repeater so that you always have some good things in your hand. Let's say add plus. So there is some unexpected error at position number 20. We are not sure what is the error. So let me just quickly send the normal request only so that at least we can check the first test case. Success. Back to login. .com, password will be Harsh. Now, if you see I'm logged in, what I will do is I will use this password change request from the account one. I will simply go to this copy URL and I will send this to the victim user by any means possible. I am right now in my Mozilla Firefox. And you see this says that blocked illegal activity by this IP address. So this is somehow blocking the activity. So there might be something interesting happening on the backend. So let's just again send this request, and this changes the password for admin user at least, but not for some other user. So what I will do is I will again copy this URL, paste it right over here. And it seems like they are restricting it, right? So there is some restriction going on. They might be validating this authorization bearer token. Let me just pay attention to this bearer token for a while as well. Let's just send it to decoder. So they are basically using a JWT token, and it might be vulnerable to a lot of things because this is a deliberately vulnerable web application. There are a lot of chance that it will be, but still what we can do over here is like once we are into a user's account by any means possible, we can simply provide any password, remove the current password field and change the password of the user. Now let me see what else is there. I will go to application. If you remember initially we forgot to check this thing. So they are storing this token on the local storage, and this is not a good practice to store the token in the local storage. It can be stolen by attacks like cross-site scripting. If there is, it can be stolen. Let's decode this using basics, which is the same token. There is something called this BID. Okay, so let me just change this BID to 5. Go back to my application, refresh it. So this looks like this BID is related to this basket ID over here. So what I will do is now you can see that successfully solved a challenge view basket of another user's basket. Okay, so right now I'm not sure that which user's basket has some data in it. So let's see, or let me just quickly go to my this user, add something to it, this user's basket, add something to basket, go to inspect element, X application, storage, session storage, BID is 5. So let me change this BID to 5. And you can see that the apple juice is now added. And what if I remove this from the basket? Is it actually removing from the user's basket? Let me just quickly verify. Okay, so this also removes from the original user's basket. So this is again an IDOR based upon the session identifiers that they are using some numeric session identifiers for basket. And as a result, a user can simply access some other user's basket, delete it, or do some malicious action over there. Now, let's also check for some other interesting attacks like CSRF. So what I will quickly do over here is I will just go to my burp suite, enable the proxy, click on add to basket. This is the URL. So I will go, I will say, let's just quickly see if I can directly copy the URL and send it to the user and see if this works. So right now there is nothing in the basket. You can see that. Now I will use that API. So this is giving some unauthorized error because this is more on an API endpoint. So what I will do next is I will go here and say engagement tools, generate CSR POC, test in browser, click on copy, then open this link, submit request. Again, there is some authorization error. So it seems like they are validating some sort of authorization on this API. So what we will do is we will do look at CSRF for some other points, some other endpoints as well. But for now, like let's look what else we can do with the application. Let's see that if there is anything interesting apart from the CSRF or apart from some other generic issues which we have seen, like file upload we tried, but we were not able to successfully perform a good file upload or kind of denial of service using file upload. I stopped my attempts so that the testing server do not get impacted by anything, so that at least we have like something to show you guys. Otherwise, if the server will go down like the previous one that we were initially using, it will create a mess out of everything. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to some other thing. This is okay. This is opening up. Click on anything. Okay, so there is a one review which I cannot, which I can edit actually, because I am admin right now in this account. So let me go back to the normal user account, click on this review, and as you can see that I cannot edit the review. Let me write a review, right? I have written review. Now let me click on edit review while capturing the request with Bob suit, obviously. Just edited the review, click on submit. I send it to the repeater so that I can use it later. Now what trick we will use over here to get the user ID of this is, I will click on this little icon over here, and now I have the ID of that particular comment review. We'll just quickly copy this up and let's replace this here. Okay, perfect. And as you can see that I have another challenge solved, that false review, that now the one of my favorites is now changed, I guess, to the other users, the I guess SADS something random string. So this is again an attack where I was able to change or perform an IDOR or broken access control issue again. So this is again a good thing that we were able to perform. Okay, so let's now again look at some new things, what we can do. Let's see if there is any support page. So if you see that by navigating the support/logs, this was already known directly to me. So I just quickly show you that now I can see the access log, download them. Let me just open this on the this side. Click on this, and I was able to download the access logs, and which I can further see. So access log, again, this was a challenge which was solved. This is a good thing that we are solving a lot of challenges. Now let's see what else we can do from here. Let's go to the search page. You can see that there is some query. Let's type in some fruits name, like, oh sorry, fruits name, right? Let's say apple. Okay, so there is nothing, just apple is getting returned. Let's give a single quote, nothing. Let's give a this bracket. Again, nothing interesting as of now. What else we can do over here is we can try to inject some more characters. And as of now, there is no error returned because there might be possibility that this is the online version. There are some issues which are actually not implemented in this particular version, but still I suspect that this queue parameter might be vulnerable to cross this SQL injection. So I will quickly go back over here, log into my VPS. Let's say SQL map -u. This. Let's say yes. It's saying that this is not vulnerable, so let me again quickly run it. This time I will say no. Again, this is saying that this is not vulnerable, so let me just enable temper script. And say yes. And again, this is not doing anything right now over here. So this is something that that might not be returning as something interesting. So now again, we will go back to the main application and see some more issues. So this application has a scoreboard. We will try to access it directly. So you can see that there are a lot of issues which are like kind of solved, unsolved. There are repeated registration. So these are the some of the issues that we actually solved, but right now it's showing unresolved because we were on different instance that time. All the accesses are detected by this particular string only in this application, so we are not paying much attention to it. Not interesting enough issues for us. Let's see what else. Like let's say what broken access control issues or some other issues are there. So in this application, you can like actually get a lot of interesting issues to look at. Obviously, we cannot cover each and everything in the single video, but you can cover a lot of interesting issues in this. So let's see what else are there. I strongly recommend solving this lab by your own ones because they have a good solution book. Also, that challenges they will teach you a lot of things in terms of pen testing specifically to OWASP web and API top 10, because there are a lot of access control and other issues to look at, and they are sometimes like real world application that you will see in the real life applications, but you might miss them in the real world application itself. So we will not go much deeper directly into this scoreboard, what challenge they have. We will just simply follow the normal pen test approach. So again, let me see what are some other features like order history, and there is no order history as of now. Okay, there is some order history actually. So I can track order, I can write a review for a product which I have purchased. So just let me just quickly say write a review. And as a, there is some bonus over here.